Hi guys, and welcome to Seriology, a weekly conversation amongst friends regarding what's currently on the small and sometimes big screen and what might have trended in the past, with me, Lady Alexa, a self-proclaimed TV addict, dreamer, and sucker for romantic shows, and my charismatic, yet sarcastic, co-host Rich the Hot Broccoli, also a TV addict, cat lover, and monster sculptor.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Veterans Day. We'd like to thank all of our service members. Is it service members, L.A.? Is that what we say?
You're the American one.
I know, but it's all our military and Coast Guard and police and cops. And we'd like to thank you guys for everything that you do for our country.
That is true. We want to thank you guys for all of your service. Thanks to you, we live in a free country.
And we get the day off.
You get the day off. I have to still go to work, which sucks. Pardon my French.
So, earlier you were talking. Actually, how was your week?
I was going to ask you. I
have not talked to you all week. I've been so busy.
Yeah, you've been sassy. You've been mean and ignoring people. I mean,
I've been ghosting you all week.
Yeah. Me and our coworker, we were like, what the hell? Rich is being sassy, Rich is being mean. What the heck, man?
I'm sorry, LA. I just had so much to do this week.
How was your week?
It was busy, very busy. A lot of things. You know, I didn't get to watch any TV this week.
Holy shit.
Yes. Yeah, I watched a few episodes of Daybreak, and that was about it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, my week, it was weird. I think that I've been in this, I kicked the Hallmark countdown to Christmas heavy this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then yesterday I had a problem with Chewy, but they were amazing.
The dog company, right?
Yeah, the dog company.
The online, okay. Hashtag ad.
Free advertising people. I had a problem with the people that were supposed to deliver what I order, but the customer service department was freaking amazing.
No, that's good.
And then today, when I went to pick up the box, I almost took my feet off.
Took your feet off? Like, I've seen the pictures. They don't know what you're talking about. Take your feet off.
My foot off.
That sounds like a strange Venezuelan
how would you
expression.
Describe what my wound?
You pretty much sheared the back of your ankle off.
Okay, whatever he said. Whatever.
SeriLovers, we're not posting the pictures. They're disgusting. I was heaving.
Oh my god, you're such a girl.
I get queasy. I get queasy with blood. I get queasy. I can't watch those medical shows. Ugh.
Oh my god, it's one of my favorite things. I also think that I grew up watching that. I used to sneak up and
Your dad's a doctor.
That's what I'm going to. I used to
it.
sneak up and open his books and go into, like, I remember on the section of liposuction, whenever they open the body, the tummy tuck, when they're doing a tummy tuck.
Ooh, all the lymph nodes. Ugh.
The fat looks like melted cheese, and I always thought that it looked like a pizza.
Ooh, weird. You wanted to dip your fries in that. Or
the blood looked like tomato sauce. And
I can't believe you are talking about opening a body and it's food.
It looked like a pizza. I'm not kidding you. And I don't know, I always thought that it's super cool. And right now I'm helping my dad with his social media. And I'm getting all these really cool pictures of noses and implants. And I can't believe you have no clue what an implant looks like. SeriLovers, I sent him a picture of my dad's, of a post that I was going to do for my dad. And it was a breast implant. And
a hand. Just held in a hand.
All that I got back was, it looks like a guy holding a rock.
Yeah, like one of those sea stones.
Everybody got it immediately that it was a doctor holding the implant. And Rich was a guy holding a rock. Really?
Did the people you send it to understand Spanish? Because it was all written in Spanish.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, it could have been for a spa. The ad.
It
like
had
Hot Rocks.
a breast implant.
Hot rocks.
And the hand holding it was a doctor. You could see the
You can't
gloves,
tell.
everything.
You couldn't.
Everybody.
It could have been an esthetician
God.
with a hot rock. And I like saying hot rock.
I can see that. I can see that. But yeah, no, right now we actually were I was a little late to start recording this but I was cleaning my wound and I was with my father for a long time trying to clean my wound and have my cat not be part of it because
your cat's a vampire.
He smelled the
blood. Or a shark.
He smelled the blood and he went insane. But I think that it's enough. We've talked enough about blood and
Thank you. Let's move on. Let's get into the show.
Yeah, so that was my way of bringing it up back to the show. This week, SeriLovers, I am excited because we are gonna be talking about James, aka Jim Burrows.
This man is a hit machine.
I think that there's this guy that he's the one that did the pilot for Game of Thrones. He is called the Pilot Whisperer because every pilot that he shoots gets picked up. James Burrows is the Sitcom Whisperer in my eyes.
Yes. In everybody's eyes.
Every sitcom this guy has directed has become one of the biggest hits in the history of sitcoms.
Yes.
I mean,
by miles.
I mean, this guy, with the exception of 1997, every year since 1980, he's been nominated for an Emmy Award. Every year since 1980, with the exclusion of 1997.
His trophy shelves must be drooping from all the awards that this guy has won.
For those of you who doesn't know who he is, he's an American television director who has been working in television since the 1970s. So we're talking about a long time ago. Rich was 10?
Shut up. I was born.
He has directed over 50 television pilots and co-created the long-running television series Cheers. So he was very involved in Cheers.
Is that his longest one?
What?
Is that his longest running show, is Cheers?
I do not think so.
Why did you bring that one up in particular?
Because he actually created the show. He didn't just direct it, but he created the show.
Gotcha. That was his first?
I think it's the only one from all the research that I did on him. It only spoke of him co-creating Cheers and directing the rest.
You know where he got the idea from, right?
No, where?
He was in Boston and in the actual bar Cheers,
oh, wow.
sitting there having a drink, looking around and said, this could be a show. This could be a show. And he started writing notes on a napkin, went back to his co-creator to pitch the idea.
And it became
and
Ted Danson's
then we got Sam Malone and Shelley Long and Woody Harrelson kicking off his career.
And we're talking, oh my God, 11 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Which for a sitcom, it's usually a lot because sitcoms tend to not go for a long period of time. That's why Friends going to 10 years was a big deal.
Yeah.
Big Bang Theory going into 12 years was a huge deal. It's because of that, because sitcoms tend to go for like 5-7 seasons, not 10.
Yeah. Most people lose interest.
Yeah, exactly.
So LA, Cheers is got to be one of my favorite shows of all time.
Really?
Yes. It's like Scrubs, Cheers, probably Friends, like for sitcoms. Yes. Like I watched it, I think when I was a kid with my folks, that I rewatched them again in syndication, and I could probably still watch it now.
You know, I'm a huge fan of Frasier, but I never got into Cheers.
That's where Frasier stemmed from.
I know. That's why I'm saying it. I'm sorry. I love the Monica I know. It's like one of my favorite phrases. But back to Jim, who created this and look at this. In 2016, he directed his 1000 TV episode.
That's insanity to me. That is insanity.
And because of this, NBC, they did it like a special that I saw it, by the way, a couple of years ago, called, wait a second, where is it? Oh my god, I'm sorry, you guys.
Look at us with the research.
For February 21st, 2016, they did his special called Must See TV, an all-star tribute to James Burrows, featuring cast reunions from many of the series that he directed, such as Cheers, Taxi, Frasier, Friends, with the exception of Chandler. The big thing was Friends, because they had never been together in the same place for a long time before this.
Who's this?
And the cast of Friends.
Okay.
And with the exception of Matthew Perry, who was on London at the West End performing, but he introduced his friends. He's like, and here I introduce my friends. But yeah, The Big Bang Theory, Will and Grace, Mike and Molly, which was a big one, especially for, what's her name?
McCarthy.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy. Thank you. But I mean, this guy, guys, if you haven't,
and he still like loves doing it. You would
he
think
enjoys it.
Yeah, you would think after 1,000 episodes, you'd be like, I think I'm done.
On this, on the special, when they brought the cast of Mike and Molly, Melissa McCarthy was talking, and she says that his timing is something that it's only his. He's comedic. Is that how you're saying? Comedic. Yeah. Timing is incredible. That there was this scene, and I don't know why it's like the one part of the special that I still remember, where she says that she has Mike on one side and his best friend on the other, and she's in the middle. And she says that they kept like going back and forth, like the two guys, and she's in the middle, and she's like, I kept telling Jim I should talk, and he's like, no. So her head was like doing a volleyball for the two sides.
Well, Billy Gardell is a stand-up comic, so he already has timing.
And she said that like, I kept telling him I should talk, and he's like, no, do not talk. It looks better when you do not talk. And then she says she saw the episode, and it's like, this is magic. I keep thinking something, and then he comes and he tells me no, which is that what makes him special as a director. He knows he knows how to make things work.
Yeah. That is correct.
And I mean, by the way, he hit a record with Will and Grace, your favorite sitcom.
Yes, it's up there.
Because when he directed 194 episodes of the show.
That show had... I'm curious on how many episodes the show had.
More than 194, yes. I assure you.
But that was a good cast. I bet he loved working with that cast.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at all this cast. Tell me one cast that you're like, maybe they seem angry. No, all of these people, like, it's magic.
Let's kick this back to the 70s with just Taxi. I know you probably didn't see that show, but...
I did not, but I know some of the actors.
Like Andy Kaufman.
And the lady. I'm going to tell you her name right now.
We are the king and queen of research on this show tonight.
I swear to you. Marilu Henner, she played Elaine.
But like just the mix of characters, it had what's his name from the Back to the Future,
which one from
Reverend Jim.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Danny DeVito. It had
Danny DeVito.
Yes.
What I love of Marilu Henner, who is from Taxi, is that everybody says she has one of the most brilliant minds ever.
For what?
Not minds as in she's very intelligent, but everything you tell her, she remembers.
Oh, so what is that with the recall memory?
Yeah, like her retention is on par. Like it has. She's been the study of many things in university.
Okay, well, back to my point. I mean, it has Judd Hirsch and Danny DeVito and Tony Danza and Christopher Lloyd. Like, Jim Burrows puts together almost with every show, just this amazing cast, and all the characters have their own personality.
He knows who to add to the show, to the plot, to make magic. I mean, look, I've never seen Laverne and Shirley.
I know, but that's a disappointment that you didn't.
But I've heard of Laverne and Shirley from every single living person in this world.
Yes. I mean, because Penny Marshall came from that show. And then she went on to be an amazing director.
Who's her?
Do you remember the movie League of Their Own? That's kind of probably the one that you might know. League of Their Own. It had Tom Hanks, about the women's baseball league in the 40s. Well, okay.
Oh, so, she did Big.
And Big.
Okay, yeah, League of Their Own, no idea. Big? Why didn't you say Big?
I forgot she did Big.
Okay.
Probably because League of Their Own is the only thing that's coming to my mind right now.
Come on, Rich.
But she became
your game.
She started on Laverne and Shirley and became a huge director. Kind of like how Ron Howard started on Happy Days and became...
I know. Yeah, no, I just saw a picture of her and now I know who you're talking about.
Okay.
That is awesome. And, okay, so that was the 70s.
But like,
the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Yeah, Mary Tyler Moore, Bob Newhart Show. These were all shows I watched with my folks as a kid.
Really? So
yes.
This will be your TGIF?
Kind of. More the 80s one would be my TGIF.
But the Mary Tyler Moore Show is something that every single person has had a connection to. And that's the other thing that I like of the shows that he has directed, that everybody has a connection to the show.
Like like you connect with a character in one of his shows.
You connect with the characters and there's something that makes that connection to you. I mean, Frasier, and just by saying Friends alone. Yeah. I mean, everybody knows when you say Central Perk, everybody knows where it comes from.
Like I feel like right now that is the hugest show that he has is Friends.
Big Bang.
The most with the most popularity. You think Big Bang was more popular than Friends because people came home from whatever they were doing to go watch Friends.
No, I do not think it's more popular than Friends.
Or had an impact on
it
culture.
Had just as much as an impact. I mean,
I don't think it has the same.
Ran for 12 seasons.
Yeah. Yes, it's a great show.
However, I will say this: nobody ever lost one in I stopped watching it. I've never heard of a single person tell me in the 10 years that Friends ran that they got tired of the show.
No, ever.
And I've heard of people saying, this season of Big Bang Theory was not as strong as the past one. So yeah, I will say to you yes on the Friends part.
Big Bang Theory didn't have what Rachel haircut people were going to get that season.
True. Well, the penny look.
I've never heard anybody say, "Give me the."
Out of it.
Well, yes,
Sheldon came out of it.
I've never heard anybody say, "Oh, give me the penny from the Big Bang."
Bazinga.
Yeah, from Big Bang Theory, where everybody wore the Rachel haircut. Yeah, and we got that. And then Bazinga.
Bazinga.
Which is now a T-shirt in Target.
Back in time, so that was the 70s. Then we go into the 80s.
With Cheers and the Hogan family.
Cheers, the Hogan family, and Night Court. Of these 3 shows, the only one I know is Cheers. The other 2, I'm like, who the hell are these people?
The Hogan family had Jason Bateman. And
I just saw that.
Yes. And Night Court was another... I watched it. It was a TGIF type show for me growing up.
Okay.
But it was another show that I watched in Syndicate afterwards.
Oh.
Yeah. And another group of strange characters put together that mixed really well.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else you want to say about the 80s one?
Nope. I think I just wrapped up the 80s.
It gave us Ted Danza and Kelsey Grammer together.
Yeah. It also gave us Richard Mole from Night Court and
Jason Bateman.
And
The 1990s, I feel is like his I am here to stay, you guys.
Yeah, I think he finally caught his, what is that, the expression? Well, I don't know it, so we'll move on.
His groove?
Yes, caught his groove.
But the funny thing is that Wings, News Radio, and Caroline in the City are 3 shows that for some reason in Venezuela, Sony Entertainment Television used to show from 10 a.m. till 12. These 3 shows will come up.
So you had like 2 hours of these 3 shows?
There was another one, and I think it was either Frasier, but I remember just sitting down to watch Caroline in the City, Wings, and Wings and News Radio.
It sounds
and
like
this was in the 2000s. This was not in the 90s.
Like that sounds like the between 6 and 8 o'clock block here in the States.
Exactly, but this was in the morning, and I remember just sitting down and watching it, especially in Venezuela. And this is just so you guys can understand why I was watching TV during the week.
It's because you skipped
school. In the morning when I should have been in school.
Yeah, you skipped school.
In the early 2000s, there was like a block from the government, and we didn't have school, and there was no work for like 2 months. It was insane. So in those 2 months that I had nothing to do because we stayed, I kept begging my mom to, let's go on vacation, but we stayed in the country. That's when I was introduced to Wings, which was a very funny show that it was all on the airport. I remember on the bar of the airport. News Radio, which is the first time that I saw Maura Tierney, and then I saw her on ER, and she was awesome.
We also got David Foley. I don't know if you ever watched Kids in the Hall, which was an HBO.
David Foley is hilarious.
Yes.
And Maura Tierney and David Foley were a thing, like a love item on the show.
Yes. Okay, like and all Caroline, of the shows, like there's a trend of that one obscure character.
Oh yeah.
Like Andy Dick in News Radio and Bull in Night Court and Woody Harrelson in Cheers and Reverend Jim in Taxi.
And then you go into Caroline in the City. I loved this show for so many reasons. You have Amy Pitts, who was a friend that was a Broadway star, and she was in Cats. I remember she was in Cats all the time. And you have your obscure character in the form of, I think it was Malcolm Getz, but you have Leah Thompson killing it as Caroline Duffy.
I had such a crush on her growing up.
I think everybody in the 80s had a crush on her as the girl from Back in the Future. I forgot her name.
Yeah,
but this show for me, of the 3 that I mentioned, Wings, News Radio, and Caroline in the City, Caroline in the City was the one that those 2 months just my favorite one. If I could have seen like a full, I wish we had Netflix back in my day, back in that time, so I could just like binge her show. And but then Cheers ends, and they do a spin-off in the form of Frasier.
It came off big too. I remember when that came out, and everyone was kind of like, it's just a spin-off, but it was a tremendous show.
I love, till this day, because it's on Netflix, I put Frasier. I freaking love
over
Frasier.
Friends.
I love. Oh, Frasier, Friends is like in a league of its own, but Frasier, for some reason, And the later seasons when Daphne is already married to Niall.
Mm-hmm. That was such a little too drawn out of a love interest plot line.
But it's the same. It happened the same with Cheers, and he likes to do that.
Yeah,
it's the same
I
with
guess
Rachel
Friends,
and
yeah,
Ross.
True.
I think that the only one that did Penny and what's his name and Leonard.
No, that was another drawn out 3 seasons.
I think he likes that, and Will and Grace, Grace and Leo. On the last season of the old one, they get together at the very effing end. I don't know. I think that it's one of his touches, and he says it. What people come in to see is that attraction that you can't touch, that everybody sees, but it never happens, and people want more.
It's smart.
The minute it happens, people lose interest.
Yeah. But
so
and they do the breakup. He does that breakup too, a lot.
He does a big breakup with Ross and Rachel. It was just a break.
Penny and Leonard.
Oh my god, they broke up so many times. Finally to get married at the end on the last couple of seasons.
See, remember we were talking about earlier, like people dropped off a Big Bang. I was one of those people.
Really?
Yeah, I think I haven't watched the last 3 or 4 seasons.
You know, I dropped off in some seasons in between, but then I caught up on the couple last seasons when they get married, when Penny and Leonard get married. From those seasons on, I got back on it.
Yeah. See, what's his name? Wolowitz had just had the baby.
Yeah.
That was the last season I watched.
They had to. So they had another baby.
Yeah, that I saw online.
But yeah, so for me, Frasier, and on top of that, Frasier gave us Jane Leeves, who plays Daphne, and she later went to do Hot in Cleveland, which SeriLovers, if you haven't seen that sitcom, you need to stop whatever you're doing, go on your TV and find, I don't know what, go on Amazon and buy it, and watch Hot in Cleveland. It's Betty White, Jane Leeves, Valerie Bertinelli, and Jane something that I forgot her name.
I don't think Betty White could do wrong. You put her in anything and it's genius.
Oh my! In this show, she does magic. I mean, this show is so freaking good. She plays Elka Ostrowski.
Like, if there was any actress who has embraced her golden years and has had so much fun with it, it is Betty White.
Betty White. And everybody loves her. By the way, the name that I was missing is Wendy Malick. She is another comedian legend. This is like comedian gold. This show was amazing, but it's not directed by Jim Burrows, so let's move back.
Yeah, let's reel this back.
So, on the 90s, he also gave us Friends.
Your favorite? I'm not even going to ask that question, because I already know the answer to it. It's Friends.
And yeah, my favorite is Friends, but it also gave us your favorite, Will and Grace.
Yes. The chemistry in that show was unparalleled. I guess it's more the humor.
Not only that, it broke so many barriers.
Oh my god, yes.
I remember when I saw the commercials for the first time, I thought that they had something going on. I didn't know that Will was gay because I had never seen the show. And I'm like, are they a couple? Are they whatever? And then I saw the show and I'm like, wow.
It is pretty much within a few minutes of their banter and jokes, you are sucked into the show forever.
And it's two couples that...
It's not even couples.
Those two couple of friends. You have Will and Grace, and then you have Jack and Karen. And how are these 4 people friends together? It's still... How the F is Grace friends with Karen, and how the F is Jack friend with Will? Like, it's... What?
Do you think he took the model of Seinfeld? Because it kind of has 4 friends that are completely different.
I mean, if you look at almost all of the shows, you have a group of 4 or 5.
Yeah, it's always an ensemble cast.
Yes, that have nothing, that are completely different, and I don't know how he makes them together, and they are incredible. And that's what I like, because I don't think that if you're with the same people as you, it gets boring.
Yes.
But when you're in a group with people like us, Rich.
Two completely different people.
Two completely different people. And for some reason, we make this show work. Please, guys, watch us. Please, guys, listen to us. Download the episodes.
She's on her knees begging you guys right now.
Yes. And I have a wounded thing.
Yeah, so it's harder for her to do that right now.
It's harder.
Yeah, he does do an amazing job at developing, for each show, like developing such individual personalities.
Yeah.
And then for those personalities to intertwine and interact with each other in such a genius, amazing way. It's almost like
magic.
Yeah, it's almost like a musician conducting or writing an orchestra.
Yes, exactly. He knows how to, and then it comes to the timing.
Yes, where all the notes are going to go.
And when is the person going to say it? And I go back to what Melissa McCartney said on the special. Who tells her, just keep moving your face from one side to the other. Do not dare to talk. Let them keep talking and just move your face. And that comes out as a masterpiece. But then come the 2000s, and we have the writer's strike. And the 2000s, I think it was a very hard time for many shows. Not many made it. I think that we have 4 shows that he directed from the 2000s, and only
reality
one.
shows started peeking their head and ruining TV forever.
The reason why reality shows start coming in is because of the writer's strike.
Yeah.
Writers, the networks needed TV shows to go on, and reality TV became great because it was easy, as it was not scripted. Quote unquote.
And they could get the talent for cheap.
Exactly. So on the 2000, you have The Class. Which...
Here is when I sort of stopped watching sitcoms. Because the only one I know on this one is Big Bang Theory.
I did watch The Class. I really liked it. I thought that the cast was amazing. I mean, I'm gonna say that Jesse Tyler Ferguson, who went to do Modern Family, was on this show. Lizzie Kaplan, who did Mean Girls, was on this show. Jason Ritter, he's awesome, was on the show. A group of friends that were in high school, I believe, and then they went to their 10-year reunion, and for some reason, they reconnect and they start hanging out together. It was a really cute and funny TV show. However, it only lasted 1 season.
You think that's his biggest failure, is the Class?
No, I do not think so. Because The Class, let me tell you something, The Class got following. People loved the show.
But the other 3 shows on here, I don't even know what they are. Back to You, The Class, Single White Millionaire.
I have no idea what Single White Millionaire. It sounds like a show you will watch, Rich.
You think?
With your white zombie, white things,
here we go.
Your obsession with white. This show sounds right up your alley.
Bringing it back around.
Right up your alley. Single White Millionaire. Super racist.
You know, people are going to start believing that every time that comes up on our podcast. They're going to start calling me Rich the Hot Racist.
He's not you. Hey, it was all you. You were the one who keeps saying
I
things.
just said a couple of things, and then you guys gassed that up.
You literally single out Single White Millionaire right now. Your eyes went to that show.
Bundled that up with those 2 other shows.
Also, another one that I have no idea. Back to You.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a thing that I want. Oh, Back to You. We just spoke about that one, and I forgot. I just googled it, you guys. Today the research is on top.
Yeah,
It was with
top
Kelsey
notch.
Grammer. It was with was with Kelsey Grammer and Patricia Heaton from Everybody Loves Raymond. And it was right when Everybody Loves Raymond ended, and then this show kicks in. But it was another show that suffered through the writing strike because it was literally on that time, 2007, 2008. So I feel like all of the shows that he started were in that little era, and most of them, with the exception of the Big Bang Theory, suffered the writer's
I feel
strike.
like the 2010 shows, there's only a handful that have stood out. And one of them I can't believe stood out was Two
Which
Broke
one?
Girls.
Oh my god, if you talk bad about Two Broke Girls,
I
I'm gonna
could not
punch you.
stand that show. Could
What?
not stand that show, at all. It was.
Oh my god, I loved it.
What's her name's delivery was the same. Like, joke after joke, she just had that same delivery.
I loved that show so bad. I was obsessed.
Oof.
And the horse, they had a horse on their crappy New York apartment.
I mean, that was kind of funny.
They had two guys that were doing Rumspringa do the stable for the horse. I mean, come on. I'm sorry. The Two Broke Girls is freaking amazing. How dare you apologize?
Yeah,
Just
I'm
you
not.
made me
I
apologize.
am not. That show just
You
annoyed
made me apologize for Jersey Girl. You're apologizing.
But that
for
was
Two
a
Broke
good
Girls.
movie.
Debatable.
He does use New York as the backdrop for a lot of his shows.
For most of his things.
Yes.
I mean, it brought Mike and Molly. I was not a big fan of Mike and Molly, but my parents were obsessed with Mike and Molly.
I've only watched a handful of episodes. Like I said,
My
around this
parents-
time, I kind of stopped watching network sitcoms.
My parents were obsessed with Mike and Molly, and what the barriers that Mike and Molly broke is that the main actors were chubby.
So
They were not
Roseanne.
this. But you have Melissa McCartney
Mhm.
and the guy, which
Yeah.
I keep forgetting. his
Billy
name.
Gardell.
They are big.
Yeah, but so was Roseanne Barr and what's his name on Roseanne?
Goodman? Are you
Yeah,
talking
John
about
Goodman.
John Goodman?
Yeah, John Goodman. He was. I mean, he's not the John Goodman now. He was a huge, huge guy.
But the barriers that Mike and Molly broke is that Melissa McCartney's character goes through that Nobody Loves Me because her sister is like this little Barbie, drunk Barbie, let's put her that way. And she meets this guy and everything is like, oh my god, you're the love of my life. And it's that family and it's beautiful.
Do they
And
touch a lot on weight in that show?
wait, what? Who touches? What?
No,
touches?
like did Mike and Molly
I
Mike
do
and Molly
not know
touch
if
each
they
other's
were
weight?
touching.
Touching their weight?
I think it was, again, I did not watch this show that much. My parents were the one who were obsessed with it, but they did made, like, you could tell. It's one of the things that if they didn't say it, you could hear it. But I do remember a couple of episodes where the mom, which was another great character, did mention that with the sister, between the sisters. The Millers. What do you have you seen The
Nope.
Millers?
I have nothing to talk about with any of these shows. I've never watched any of them. I've watched a handful of Two Broke Girls and Mike and Molly, and the first episode of the Will and Grace revival.
The Millers was actually pretty good, and it was with Will Arnett. So it was. I love him. I adore him, and I cried when he and what's her name? Oh my god. Shoot. And Amy Poehler. When he and Amy Poehler got divorced, I cried.
In
I was
real
so
life or
sad.
on this show?
In real life. They were married
I didn't
from
know that.
2003 to 2016.
Did not
They
know
lasted.
that. Huh.
And they have a little baby.
Ah, that kid is going to be the funniest baby ever.
Or the saddest kid ever.
Yeah, maybe the saddest. Yeah, could go either way.
It could go
Nature,
either
nurture,
way.
whatever. Like, if you
But-
what is superior? Donuts?
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
Okay, so let me talk about the ones that I've seen.
Okay, let's go to
Crowded.
that. 'Cause-
Crowded was actually a big show for him because it marked something on his records. Like, I think it was his 1000 episode, like the 1000 episode he directed was on Crowded. And Crowded talks about this family who were two girls and the parents, and the girls go to college, and the parents were distraught, but then they learned how to live alone again, and they were having the time of their lives until the two girls come back from college and are like, so we are broke, it's hard to find money, so we're gonna live with you again. And they're like, what?
It does have Patrick Warburton in it, which is Putty from Seinfeld.
I adore Patrick Warburton, whatever his name is, but I love him is on Rules of Engagement.
Yeah, Rules of Engagement and the first live action Tick.
Yeah,
And pretty much
exactly.
everything he does. That his delivery, his voice is
He's
it's
so,
so good.
dry.
It's
He's
so
so
good.
dry. It's fantastic. And he's huge. But, and also the actress,
Carrie
the main
Pearson?
act. What?
Carrie Pearson? Pearston?
She is from True Blood. And one of the daughters was on one of the shows from Nickelodeon. Miranda something.
Miranda something or other.
You're the one looking at the research, so could you please
I
say
am,
the
because I don't
name?
know what we're even talking about at the moment, because I didn't see any of these shows. I'm still stuck on staring at Superior Donuts on this list
Miranda
here.
Cosgrove. Her name is Miranda Cosgrove. Oh, God.
And we're back.
But I still can't believe that you haven't seen Two Broke Girls. Like, this is insane.
I watched a handful, didn't like it. Didn't like
What
it.
the hell, man?
I think that was like one of the shows where I'm like, I can't take sitcoms, network sitcoms, because I feel like after Mike and Molly, he was just rearranging the order of stuff he's done in the past to see if that would work.
I'm gonna say Man with a Plan, which is the latest. He got reunited with Matt LeBlanc on this show. It's really cool. I like it.
Is it
It's
still
really
on?
nice. Yeah, and it's a feel-good show. You know, it's not crazy. It's funny, but it makes you feel nice good with yourself.
It's funny how the men on Friends have struggled with their career ever since
It's the
Friends.
Seinfeld course.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like the girls have done pretty well.
Yes. I mean,
I mean,
I
Courtney
love
Cox had
Courtney.
that
I
whole
love
other
Courtney.
show.
I love Courtney Cox, but other than Cougar Town,
Yeah, that's the one. That was a fun show.
I'm killing it here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't believe he was the one who directed Disjointed. It makes sense. Did you get to see that show? It's
No.
a Netflix show.
No. Everything on the 2010s list here, barely saw.
Okay,
Didn't
so
see.
Disjointed is about a woman who owns a pot shop.
Oh, I did see that. I watched all of that during the hurricane 2 years ago.
Yep. That's it.
I wouldn't say I watched it. I kind of just stomached it.
It's awkward.
Yeah, I kind of just stomached it. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
Exactly. It was awkward. That's all I can say about Disjointed.
I love Kathy
Super
Bates.
awkward.
All right. Any last wrap up like Jim Burrows?
Look, I think he is a freaking. I mean, he's still doing the Will and Grace revival.
He's still doing stuff. Like, how is he not just retired and enjoying his life now on a yacht with a bunch of bikini girls all over the place?
To the point that the president of the alternative and late night programming on NBC Entertainment, and I'm quoting, said, "The caliber of talent joining us to celebrate Jimmy's accomplishment is a testament to his imprint in television history when they did his special." Like, you had so many actors who said, "Oh, they're honoring this guy. You bet your ass I'm gonna be there."
He probably developed them as actors.
No, nobody knew who the cast of Friends was.
Oh, yes.
Before Friends.
He was with them in Vegas, and he turned to the whole cast and he says, "This is the last night you will have anonymity."
Really?
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Because Big Bang Theory, you knew who Penny was from 8 Simple Rules. I mean, that show was freaking amazing. And you know who Leonard was because he was on Roseanne.
Yeah. And in a bunch of movies and such.
But Friends, let's be honest, nobody knew who the fuck these people were.
I mean, Courtney Cox was in a Springsteen video. That was about it.
And Rachel, Jennifer Aniston was just a model. And so it's like, what the hell, man? I'm sorry, but he makes magic and he
makes actors.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. The sitcom Whisperer. That's my.
I mean, was
my dub.
McCartney, was she a big thing before Mike and Molly?
She had already done Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, but she was a very, very side character. She wasn't.
She was not a very, very side character.
She's not a huge component on SNL as she is now.
Exactly. I mean, the thing is that in Gilmore Girls, you do not get the comedian part of Melissa McCartney. It's more of a serious role. And I think on Mike and Molly, she blossomed because she is a comedian. And she was able to bring that. And that's where she started having 120 movies.
Yeah, every year.
Every year there's a new movie of Melissa McCartney doing something, and you bet your behind that I'm gonna go and see it because it's amazing.
I don't know.
And she comes up. She's from the Growlings.
A lot. So is Ross, David Schwimmer, I think.
So many people are from the Growlings.
Do you think he goes and picks from the Growlings for cast?
What?
They think Jim Burrows just goes and picks from that group.
Well, from that, I can see him going to Second City TV, so SCTV, SNL, Growlings, all this, comedian
based, yeah. Because David Foley, he was from Kids in the Hall, which was a sketch comedy on HBO.
Yeah.
It seems like he picks a lot of variety, actors that could a variety of different types of comedy.
Exactly. That whatever you throw at them, you know that they're gonna deliver. And hey, it's working.
Yeah.
Whatever he does
hit
works
after
because
hit after show after hit.
Amazing.
So our hats off to you, Jim Burrows. You have put us through to 40 years of great television.
Go, Jim.
Go, Jim. And a little side note, which you wanted to say because you were talking about it off air, which happens tomorrow.
Oh my god, you guys!
You're so waiting for this?
Oh my god, tomorrow Disney Plus goes live. Could you believe that?
So tomorrow is when Mandalorian starts?
Yes. Tomorrow is when Mandalorian starts. Tomorrow is when I'm gonna have my behind rewatching all those amazing Disney Channel original movies because back in the day, Disney Channel original movies were effing amazing.
Original Disney Channel movies or Disney movies? Like Snow White and Cinderella?
No, you're gonna have your Snow White and Cinderella movies, but Disney Channel original movies were so much fun. You never saw Disney Channel original movies?
Nope. It sounds like it's a lot of Mary-Kate and Ashley stuff. No. So Alison Brie, one of her, Alison Brie, she does Captain Marvel. Yes.
One of her first movies was a Disney Channel original movie that she was a driver, a race car driver. Oh. Cool. And that movie is so good.
Isn't that called Herbie the Love Bug?
No, that's Lindsay Lohan. Let's begin there. And by the way, you guys, because I'm right now obsessed with BuzzFeed. I have a little quiz
Oh no.
today. It's which 90s TV show character are you based on your weekend plans?
All right, kick it off.
Okay, but let me send it to you.
All right,
I just texted.
I got
You
it.
can edit this part, right?
I know how texting works. I'm not that old.
Okay, serial lovers. So the first question is, what will you be doing on Friday night? So hanging at a friend's house, watching Netflix, playing video games, out clubbing, studying, or eating dinner with the family.
Man, there's a couple of things because I'd watch Netflix, hang at a friend's house, or play video games.
Watching Netflix. That's an easy one.
Yeah, I'm
for
gonna
me.
go with that. I feel like I would do that more.
I think you will do more the playing video games, but
That's
What's
more
your
lately.
okay. What's your favorite TV show to binge? Friends, Will and Grace, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Full House, The Nanny, by the way, amazing show.
I hate that
That
show.
70s show.
Oh my god, I hate Fran Drescher.
I love her. Friends, for sure.
Really? That 70s show?
Yeah.
I'd rather binge watch that.
What time will you wake up on Saturday? 7 a.m., 8:30 a.m.,
God.
9 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 11:30, or 12? 12.
7. Oh my god, I'm
Because
gonna
5 a.m.
sound
is not
so
there.
pathetic when this quiz is over.
What will you be eating for dinner on Saturday night? A salad, a takeout, a frozen pizza, a toasted sandwich, pasta, or roasted lamb? Takeout for sure.
Take out.
Okay, Sunday plans. Watch TV all day, brunch with friends, go over to a friend's place, read a really good book, tidy up the house, or picnic in the park. What is your answer?
Huh. Lately it's kind of brunch with friends.
You have a social life. Watch TV all day. What time will you go to sleep Sunday night? 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11, 12, or 1? I
11.
tend to go at 1. What are you thinking right before you fall asleep Sunday night? Back to the grind. I'm going to look so cute in that outfit I picked out. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to school. Wait, tomorrow's Monday?
Ah,
Oh my god, what a fun weekend I've had.
I think I'm gonna go with that one. I've had a bunch of fun weekends. I am Rachel Green. Look at that. That was
I
unexpected.
am Grace Adler. Oh my god, this weekend quiz we actually came up with really cool. What, Rich, why do you always get a female character?
Because I'm a girl. I'm a pretty
So
girl.
Guys, every time Rich has done a BuzzFeed
I'm a girl.
quiz, he always
girl.
ends up with a female. So what does your thing says?
You'll spend the whole weekend with your friends getting into trouble and laughing hysterically. The getting into trouble, not so much. The laughing, yes. That I completely agree with.
Okay,
My friends
so
are funny.
I got Grace Adler from Will and Grace, and it says you'll have a relaxing weekend. You might see a couple of friends, but you'll mainly be binging TVs and TV shows on Netflix. Yeah,
That sounds
is
like, yep,
me.
that's pretty much you.
That's pretty much me. You see, this week's BuzzFeed quiz was good.
Yeah, I like this one. This one wasn't as ridiculous as the last week's.
And well, dear lovers, we've come
Actually,
to that.
I don't have a show. I didn't watch anything this week. I don't have a show to convince you on. So we might have to bypass this and go right to what do you give thanks for?
Okay, you guys.
And
so
I'm sorry, SeriLovers. I didn't have time this week.
Unfortunately, your favorite segment of the show, even though it's the only
The
segment.
only segment of the show is taking a postponement till next week. Promise we'll be back with that one next week.
And by the way, next week's episode is gonna be bomb. But
Do you want to reveal?
Yeah.
Let's not reveal. Let's let them.
yeah, I just said bomb. I did not
Okay.
reveal. I just said it's gonna be bomb. It's gonna be amazing. But yeah, so what are you thankful for this week?
My family. I am so thankful for my family.
Okay, so we're being thankful for families.
I am thankful on how both my mom and dad has raised me. They let me explore so much and experiment with so much that I am this person today, and I'm so thankful for them. I'm thankful for my sister for always being very encouraging, and her husband and my niece just got 2 new cats, and they're adorable. And I will send you pictures as soon as we're finished recording.
They will go on our social media.
Yes. I am thankful for when we all get together, and even my brother-in-law's family, and how wonderful holidays are for me because of my family.
When it comes to my family, I'm an only child. I am so thankful for my mom, and she's been my best friend since day one. She's always been there for me. And my dad has done a lot for me, but especially, this is gonna be a little sad, but I deal with a couple of mental health issues, and my dad, the minute that I was diagnosed with that, he started studying and researching and how to deal with a person that deals with this type of behaviors, and he has become my rock in so many ways whenever I'm feeling down or whenever I'm having a problem. Like, my mom, she's amazing, but my dad is the one that brings me back and knows how to be there for. Yeah, he's my center.
That's nice.
And
nice. When is he coming to the States so I could actually meet your dad?
Oh my God, my parents are coming on the 10th, and you're gonna love both of them. My mom is a crazy person, and my dad is like the serious one of the family.
We need to meet in the middle for lunch or something.
Plantation.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is so far from the middle for me.
I was Broward.
Thinking, wow.
It's a middle county.
Maybe we'll just Skype lunch together. SeriLovers.
Yeah, no.
Let us know what you're thankful for this week. We really want to know. It's a heart month for us because it's the start of family.
Exactly. And not only that, SeriLovers, these little leaves that we have been saying from last episode to this one, we are adding them on our Given Tree, and we've been posting our Given Tree on Instagram, so we encourage you to go and see it. And if you want to tell us what you're thankful for, we'll definitely add it on the Given Tree as well. And
also let us know what Rachel haircut you had in the 90s.
Oh my God, if you guys had a Rachel haircut, totally send it to us because we'd love to see it.
Twitter, Seriology TV, everybody. Go give us a like.
So remember to follow us. And guys, please help us keep growing by downloading the show, watching it, or listen to it in all of your podcast libraries. I think wherever you have a podcast, we're there. So Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever, we are there. Find us at Seriology. On Twitter, we are at Seriology TV, and Instagram at Seriology TV _podcast. We have a lot of fun pictures on Instagram, so I encourage you to go and see it if you like watching stuff.
And L.A. and I have just a kind of side thank you, or being thanks, is all of our SeriLovers that tune in every week and listen to us. Thank you, guys.
Our faithful listeners. Thank you, guys. I know that we bother you a lot.
Yep. Maybe bore you at times, but hopefully you find a little bit of humor in what we do. Exactly. And we love you guys. Thank you, guys.
We love you from the bottom of our hearts.
See you next week, everybody.
Until then, SeriLovers. Bye.
Bye. Well, that's all for now, folks. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Seriology. Don't forget to give us a like on Twitter at Seriology TV. Send us a message about what shows you think should be on our bucket list, or if you just want to leave a comment about how awesome we are. See you next week, SeriLovers. And remember, wherever you are, you'll always be in our TV hearts.